you're inverting on concrete and things like that. So it's good. It's a good step up, man. It's a very big step up for us. It's up to us now to back up the people that are investing in the sport, and put on like good, entertaining performances.
And talk to us about the contest yourself. Where do you have your strengths? Your opponent has his weaknesses. Where do they match up? Talk to us about the contest itself.
I think we have both similar strength in the sense that we're gonna be very dynamic with our submission attempts. He likes Kani Basami. I like double trouble rolls as well. He likes flying upper body submissions. I like Granby rolls. It's very dynamic. I think it's going to be very fun. Also, that we have 8 minutes without points. So those 8 minutes, really going to try to make the most out of them. I'm not trying to go to the point section. I want kill or be killed. So he does fatigue over time, like any human being will fatigue. So that's where I'm trying to go as well. Trying to put a very high pace on him. Co-main event. People are going to be watching. We want to keep it entertaining.
Right here. One of the hot topics in the jiu-jitsu world these days is obviously the performance-enhancing drug aspect of that. And guys like Nicky Rod was just in here. Mikey did the December one, and they're obviously very vocal, and they oppose it, and they want more testing, and they think this partnership with Fight Pass and UFC is a good first step. I'm curious where you fall on that.
I agree. I'm 31. I started at 19. I was first introduced to jiu-jitsu. I've never touched anything. I'm not I don't judge anybody that does it. People have different health issues, different upbringings. I think it's definitely a shortcut. Juicing is a shortcut. It takes away from, I feel, the journey that you're on. You're gonna have to. There's some things you're not gonna have to learn or do because you're taking these shortcuts. And it's one of the best things about what we do is the aspect of sacrifice. You're putting sacrifice into it. People are religious. It preaches sacrifice as well. So I'm not saying you can't do all these things. You can't sacrifice more when you're on juice. But I just feel like it's nice to keep it clean, and you can look good without having to juice. I know some people say, oh well, these guys will come in, they'll look jacked, they'll look good. Because they're you can do all that while being natural. If you train, you eat right, you sleep right, you treat yourself as a professional. I mean, you can do all these things that juice guys do. And you can actually take advantage of things that they have to pay the price for, like more muscle, less cardio, slower. Maybe relying on that substance. You don't have to rely on something. It can give you an edge, And for me, over the years, I'm starting to mentally be happier about not being on anything, being natural, and then seeing people in front of me who juice as, people who just took some shortcuts, whereas I didn't. So that's my stance.
Have you ever felt pressured to like go down that route, or not just like externally, but also internally as well?
Not pressured. I mean, has the thought gone in my head? In the past, for sure, because, I see people before and after. I've seen a lot of athletes before and after. I've seen their results. I've seen them do good, so the thought was definitely in my head. There are times where especially after super fighting these guys who are clearly on juice, and you can feel the squeeze, you can feel everything. It plays in your head a bit, but you just got to have faith, man. You got to have faith in what you do. You got to have faith in the coaches that you have. You gotta have faith in the strength and conditioning coaches that you have, the nutritionists. Gotta have faith in what you're doing, the sacrifices you're doing. And I think over time, things fall into place. People want results right away. They wanna achieve quick results. They wanna get onto the podium quickly. But if you enjoy making the sacrifices, you enjoy the journey, the setbacks, the ups and downs, there's no rush, man. I'm not in a rush, and I'm enjoying seeing my career move forward slowly but surely. This is the proof. Like co-main event on such a big event, big week. Super happy.
One quick one for me. You mentioned training in these dirty gyms. I'm not sure if you saw your opponent's last match. There's a pretty funny moment where he lost his contact lens.
Yeah.
They were looking for it for a little bit. They finally found it, and he kind of just picked it up and popped it right back in his eye. Kind of got some gas from the crowd. Is that one of the nastiest things you've seen out on the mats? Or
that's very courageous. And I was listening to the commentary, and Gordon was saying that some guy did it, got staph in his brain and died. So knock on wood, man. Hope that never happens to anybody that's competing. But that's another thing about our sport. It's very new. We're like kind of in the early stages of the sport. People don't maybe don't treat themselves the best way they can. They don't know, like, for example, like staph infections, ringworm, coming back from that, how to eat properly, how to, strengthen your gut health. So, those are, I mean, maybe he did it for the fans is good. I mean, I don't know how his vision would have been impacted, during the match if he didn't put it on. Well, I definitely wouldn't recommend it, and amongst other things for health issues, and for a sport.
Thanks. Good luck.
No, thank you.